Hello audience and welcome to the Kim and Kai show.
I'm Kai.
And I'm hot.
Ah, he did it that time the right way round. Okay, so welcome to today's vlog. Today we are doing a topic vlog or weird discussion on weird sleeping habits. We are talking about basically all the weird things like you do when you go to bed or when you are in bed, and and obviously dreams and stuff as well, like having recurring dreams or any like weird things that affect you in the the day and stuff like that. So
but before we do that,
go on.
We fixed our flip.
Okay, we're not actually about to rob a bank. We are
about to fix my flip.
We're about to, it just fell down. Dr. Kim, how's the patient? How's the patient? About to attempt a repair of the Flip HD rather than burying it in the back garden, because that won't do it any good. But yeah, this is if you can see closely, the wires that have come off where the USB stick has snapped. So as the operation continues, because it didn't work the first time. Okay, so the operation is now over. We have soldered the pits back on the wires. We're hoping that's going to work, but it's very, very fragile. So we'll have to leave it in intensive care for a while, then we're going to give it a quick check-up on the old system. Had some amazing news, go for it.
It's working.
It's fixed, we've done it! The flip has been revived. That's fantastic. So it's what's downloading data now, is it off it?
It's upgraded my camera and it's downloading those videos. You know the ones we put on when we filmed the TV?
Oh, fantastic. So all we got to do now is make sure we duct tape that heavily.
It's going to take about 30 minutes to save these videos and I've got to hold the
Well, you do that, and what I'll do for you in the meantime is go and play Flashpoint. So see you later. Take care. Oh yeah, great news, haven't we? We've the flip has been resurrected, brought up from the grave, and we want to put a shout out, a thank you to I'm going to say this wrong, Nara Tard Girl 555.
No Tard Girl 555 recommended that we soldered the flip together. This seemed to work. It was actually quite difficult to do. So sleeping habits then, so I suppose I'll go first on this one.
Go for it.
I mean, I have these kind of little issue with my eyes. What happens is basically when I go to sleep, I roll over in the bed and I push my face into the pillows, and apparently I've been told that when I sleep, I gently rub my face on the pillow like that. So when I wake up in the morning, my eyes are always really puffy and red. So I've had to sort of like pull out some drastic measures really to stop this from happening. Namely, so at the moment when I go to bed, I have to force myself to lie on my back, and it's like relearning how to sleep. So I'm doing a very strange thing at the moment. Rather than tell you about that, why don't I show you what I do? Right, so welcome to my room. Feast your eyes upon the propaganda. Shazam!
I ain't trying anymore.
Shazam! So basically I'm going to be showing you how I like to sleep, or how I have to force myself to sleep. This is embarrassing for me, okay, in fairness. I don't enjoy doing it, but I'm going to show you now. Because we're all friends here, aren't we? So this is my bed. That's like what I do when I get into bed now is get the cover over me like this. Old sunglasses beside me. Now, if you come a little bit closer, Kai, don't be shy, my love, I don't bite. As you can see, I've got two ties placed onto the bed. This is so embarrassing.
I think you actually use these for something else other than the sleeping thing, I can imagine.
Whatever. Yeah. Get the camera back on, I'm showing these guys what I do. Bit of sensitivity here, please. What I do? First hand, I'll put through the loop there like this.
Yeah, that's a tie.
It's a tie, it's a tie. What do you think it was?
I just thought it was a strap of some kind.
Anyway, then it's important that you put the sunglasses on next, because if you put your arm through the next noose first, then you can't get them sunglasses on.
Yeah, this is clever stuff.
So, okay, technical. Go the shades.
Good job I play Portal, I know about to figure this sort of stuff out.
And what I do is I wrap that arm around like that. The problem you've got in the morning really is when you have to turn the alarm off and you're tied up and you wake up, and it's quite disorientating waking up in your sunglasses. So here I am. Also, it is quite off-putting for women when I do this beside them, they... I don't really, but anyway. So, the problem you've got sometimes, and this is mainly sure I have, is when my covers are off me, and then you tie yourself up, you're like, oh, for crying out loud. So you try and shuffle the covers over you, but you can't. So you got to undo it all, and you always do it the wrong way. It's, oh my goodness. Tangled up. And you got to find it again. Back in you go.
So that's all so you don't get your eyes all puffy up and...
Well, yeah, so I don't. I start rubbing my head on the pillow and it...
Yeah, this stops you. This is the way you tie yourself down and protect your eyes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that comfortable, mate, if I'm going to be honest with you.
It doesn't feel that comfortable either, but that's how I do it.
But I just want to point out, I do not tie him up at night. I don't go anywhere near your room when it comes to you going to bed.
What about you? So, what about you, Kyle? What do you do that's weird?
I don't have a ritual as such, but I do tend to sleep with, basically when I go to bed, I kind of, it's a little bit vampire-ish actually, I think, because I have a double duvet and I wrap the duvet like underneath me and then I wrap the other half on top of me, so it's kind of like, you know, like a little bit of a mummified, you know, vampire thing, and I sort of like sleep with my arms. I always sleep really weirdly, like my hands and my wrists are sort of bent down and everything, and it's a bit weird, I think, the way I sleep. Okay, so quick tutorial on my sleeping patterns. Obviously, I get into bed, but what I tend to do, Stewie Griffin is not part of my makeup, generally speaking. He was a present for my friend. Basically, what I'll do is I'll sort of get in, but I'll fold one side of the duvet underneath for that extra padding. What are we doing?
Just film!
And then, yeah, basically, I'll sleep in there like that. But then, let's do the demonstration without... Let me take these glasses off because I'm going to roll over them in a minute. Yeah, you end up...
So this is how you sleep.
But yeah, okay. Now, I'll be like this, but if you take the duvet off, underneath, I'm like this. So yeah, it's a little bit sort of like, you know, spazzy hand here, but, you know, that's how I basically... Or I sleep on my front like that.
I can't do that.
So my arms are literally just crushed up, and the amount of times I wake up in the night with a dead arm, and I'm literally just like, you know, like this. I'm just like, oh fuck, and you sort of go like that, and you sort of do that, so it's like over the edge till the blood comes back, and you're like, oh god, and it's like, oh, pins and needles, it hurts. Yeah, that's not the noises I make though.
Yeah, it's more like that.
Maybe that's noises when I'm getting my pins. It's not that loud, but the pins.
Loud enough for me to hear it upstairs.
When I get, oh god, I hate when you wake up in the middle of the night though, and you got pins and needles and you can't feel your arm or whatever. Oh god. I've recently been told as well that I snore, which I kept poor Nat awake for 2 nights in a row, and I don't like the idea behind that, so I'm gonna have to look into it. Any got any good remedies? You know, anyone for like stopping snoring or anything? Because I can't.
Well,
I don't like the idea.
You can roll on your. If they roll you over, apparently it stops you snoring. You can get these little snoring strips as well, which you can put on.
Yeah, I don't know if that works. I can feel it at the back of my throat. Like if I just relax my throat and breathe in, at night I can feel it going. And I'm like, uh-oh, that's probably what happens when I fall asleep. And I don't hear it. It's a strange thing. You just don't hear yourself snoring.
I mean, Kai's room is actually below mine. I don't really ever hear like too much snoring. I hear some sort of. Occasionally, you're lying there. I'm lying there in bed, and I hear sort of like. Come from somewhere. I'm like, what is that noise?
You've never told me this before.
I have told you that.
What, that noise? Like,
well, I'm not sure if it's you or if it's Dan.
It's got to be Dan.
Well, assume that's our other housemate, Dan.
That sounds awful, man, what you just said.
Well, I hope he's not doing something else.
Surprised you haven't come into my room going, who's just broken in and trying to strangle Kai in his sleep?
To be honest, I'm worried about what I'd see in there.
Well... You
hunched double on the bed. Biting onto the pillow.
Man, this is not topic discussion, man. Let's get off this, man. This is
family friendly.
Yeah, I had like recurring dreams as well when I was younger. I mean, I had the Thomas the Tank Engine one, which I think I've actually discussed about in an earlier video.
Well, let's remind them of what you actually do.
Alright, very quickly, I used to have a recurring nightmare where it'd start while I stood on my bed in my old house, and this voice out of nowhere would go, Thomas is coming, and then basically Thomas the Tank Engine would come through my window and park up next to my bed, and for some reason I knew that I had to get to my bedroom door, and as soon as I go for it, it'd come after me, and the metal, you know, those little metal buffers they have that stop and bang into the trains too hardly or whatever, they'd just stick to me and it just dragged me back, and I had that nightmare over and over again. I also had another one where a giant would be coming up the street and I'd see it coming towards the house, and I'd basically try and hide in one of the rooms, and it'd pick the house up and it'd be rotating it around trying to get me, and I'd have to run from room to room so that when I'd fall into the wall...
You never told me about this.
Yeah, I wouldn't fall out the window, it wouldn't be able to see me. So if you look at the front of the house like that, I'd be like having to run into the back of the house, so I'd like fall into...
Was it a big giant?
Hell yeah.
Female or male?
it sometimes was a robot, and sometimes it was, I don't know what it was. And then I'd do things like draw the curtains, but then even though there's glass on either side of the curtain, somehow its eye would come through the curtain. It'd be looking at me, and I just didn't like it. It's this big eye like that, you know, looking around. I'd be like, shit, hiding down, so it was scary. But then I also had one more where I'd be outside my school, and there'd be like a tractor or a big JCB arm thing, and it'd start coming towards me, but then I'd run really, really slowly, and I couldn't get away from it, and it'd come closer and closer. I don't like being around things like big tractors and JCBs that much. I think they actually have an inbuilt sort of fear when I'm around them. I'm kind of like, almost scared a little bit, you know, when I'm around them. I don't want to be too close to them. I'm just, don't know, like you might just suddenly come or lose control, or the driver might have a bit of a laugh over it, and I'm like, no, I don't like that. Yeah, that's the thing, the sort of thing that I used to have nightmares about. It used to scare me a bit, that sort of thing. I used to hate them things. Is that a lady driving that? No, it's a man. It's a man.
A lady driving a JCB. I can't think of anything more unattractive. Well, other than a lady who looked like a man.
Lisa's not moving today. It's not going to come and get me.
So anyone else share that fear of JCBs? I certainly don't.
Not rape, one's raping you.
JCB raping you. Oh god, that is funny though, isn't it? I always used to have dreams when I was younger. In fact, they kind of continue now, not so much though, where no matter what the dream was, I never had like specific ones like a JCB grabbing me or a giant picking up my house. But it was always dreams like, well, I'd be like falling, and I'd like always jump in my sleep like
the classic falling dream. Yeah, would you have it like when you're just about to drift off? Because that one happens
it must
a lot
have been, because I remember it. I remember it. So if you remember doing it,
just as you're drifting, yeah.
Yeah, if you remember doing it, it must be like sort of when you're still semi-conscious. So it must have been sort of like when I was just drifting off to sleep, sort of like sort of woke myself up and almost fell out of bed a couple of times. I'll tell you what I've heard is some people, when they're dreaming, if you do dream that in your dream you're going to the toilet, that sometimes you do actually urinate yourself in your sleep. And I've heard you've done that before, haven't you, Kai?
No. Oh no, that is pretty embarrassing though. You're talking about the tea towel?
No, but I want to hear about the tea towel. What's the tea towel? What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ! No, I can't. I'm not going to tell it.
You have to. Just
no, I'm not going to.
I mean, I've touched on something here of him. I've never heard this before. I want to hear it now.
No, I mean, obviously, when you're little, you'd wet the bed, but you wet the bed, yeah, when you're little.
Well, everyone does.
Yeah, everyone wets the bed, but I just remember when I was very small. This was quite funny, I suppose, but. Sometimes I'd wake up and I'd need the toilet really badly, but I just couldn't bother to get out because I was too tired or it was too cold out of my bed. So I just basically, you know, stay in bed until basically, yeah, the inevitable happens as a little child and you wet the bed.
The inevitable.
But then what I would do, which was really, really bad, was because obviously I'd wet the bed and I didn't want to wake my mum up. I just want to, you know, I didn't want to wake my family up, and I was a bit embarrassed about it, and I didn't want to sleep in the wet bed.
Why not?
I'd go into the airing cupboard, pull out a tea towel, and then I'd come back in and lay it over the wet patch in my bed and then go back to sleep, so I was sort of like, I wouldn't feel it was dry. Then in the morning I'd go back, fold the tea towel up and put it back in the airing cupboard.
Your mum must have been like, I swear there's something wrong with this detergent, we keep using things. Oh, it must be clean. Put it in the kitchen.
Bear in mind I was very tiny when I did this. I must have been about 5, if that. But I do remember doing it, and I've told my mum about this, which is quite funny. Well, that might be a future topic vlog. Toilet mishaps and habits and little things. I don't know. It's an idea anyway. It's weird.
God, that'd be a 30-minute long one for us. Wow, I'm glad that I feel like I know you a little bit better now. Thank you for that. Yeah. A little bit,
Oh God, I think too many people now know me a little bit better than they should do.
So guys, do you have any recurring dreams at home? Like, do you have dreams which repeat over and over again, or do you remember any dreams you've had when you were a child?
Nightmares, any of that sort of stuff. All good dreams, I suppose. If you had any recurring good dreams, just tell us about it. Either video response, comment down below, send us a message if you want it, you know, shouted out, whatever. If you do, and you have the guts to, just send us a message, let us know, and we'll mention you in the next video.
Well, I'll tell you someone on the subject of shout-outs, someone that we'd like to say hi to, and that's someone who's been, you know, watching all of our videos, been keeping in touch with us, which is what we want from YouTube, and his name's Chad Warner. So,
hey Chad.
Hi Chad.
Hey Chad, how's it going?
It's going well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah. What?
Are you well? I'm answering for him.
Oh, you're answering for him. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm moderate.
So what have you been up to today?
I woke up, I answered a few messages on YouTube and a few little bits of bobs, and I played Portal 2, that's it, yeah, with your mate Gary.
Wow, okay, so
The
thanks Chad
swear-a-thon.
for that.
Yeah.
I know you had to possess me to say that, as wrong as that sounds, Chad.
And also I'd like to give her a little shout out because bless her, she sent us a message on Facebook, I think it was, just before April Fool's Day, saying they've got a great idea for a video, you know, can you do like, you know, are you a pranks and everything, but for some reason it only appeared on my notifications like last night or the night before. So Emily Joan, thank you for your you know, your input there, and we will try and do a video on Are You a Prankster in the future, but it's definitely going down in the books as an idea.
It's definitely a good idea actually. I'd love to play some pranks on Kai.
Yeah, I think you do though, to be fair.
What, like when I put that, Kai's got a BB gun, I kept putting it below his pillow when he went to bed.
Wake up, I was just, or go to bed and it's like, gun below my bed. It's like, you know, I'm gonna
Just
find
sleep
a
with
body
a gun
under
below
there.
your pillow?
Yeah, I'm gonna find a body below there someday.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
But yeah, please also look out for us on Xbox Live, Facebook, Twitter.
What's your Xbox Live ID?
Xbox Live ID is Julian Dragons, and yours?
Badger Banger.
Yeah. You can find us on there, Facebook, Twitter. All the links are on our personal, on the main channel, and is that all the main ones? And
yeah, we want to hear from you basically. And stay in touch, and definitely keep your eyes peeled on the channel. I'm really sweating out. It's so hot.
It is hot today.
It's so dirty out here.
The clouds are just going in.
Man, it's absolutely boiling hot. Actually, my arms are burning just holding this vlogger.
Do you want me to hold it for you?
No.
I can see a dual handing there.
Well, I have to dual hand it because oh my God, Stephen wants to talk.
Oh no.
What's up, Stephen? What you saying?
Guys, if you haven't already seen, check out the Portal 2 video we did just before this one. That's quite funny because yeah, Kim here uses his rectal functions for repulsion gel, and it doesn't just repulse him into the air, it repulses other people as well.
And the word's repel, but I like
repel,
it.
Yeah.
Repulse. So basically,
yeah, repulses. It's like you're repulsive.
Yeah, it's
disgusting.
Yeah. Yes.
Intro of darkness and
No,
wetness.
don't do it.
I love
Don't
that.
do it.
I love Toby.
Do it.
I don't love him, but you know what I mean.
Anyway.
Whiteness.
Please.
Whiteness.
Please. So basically, we're going to be making a 6-part sketch show in the next week or so. We'll be filming it. Or is it 2 weeks? No, week.
A few weeks, but it's going to take a while to edit as well, I imagine.
Yeah. And it's going to be really, really embarrassing for us to film because we're going on location in fancy dress, and you know our characters ain't exactly pretty to the eye, so it's going to be an interesting adventure for us to do. So it's going to be entertaining for you to watch, certainly, because it's going to be so embarrassing.
I'm nervous about it already, to be fair.
Like
the idea of it.
I mean, we're out in public, like pure public, and there's nowhere to run. So I always say, when you're vlogging, get your scene and then put the vlogger away. With this, you can't get out of scene because you're in that fancy dress outfit.
I think people are going to be coming up to us thinking we're some sort of, like, you know, entertainment people, and we're like, I have photograph. Hi. I just got kicked my car.
So yeah, so basically, stay in touch. We're going to end the vlog here, aren't we? Yeah.
I think that's the end, yeah, for now.
Alright, so stay in touch with us, message us, comment below, we love it. Tell us about your dreams, tell us about how you sleep, that's what we want to hear. And we'll speak to you soon, so it's goodbye from me.
And it's bye from me. You can't do it. It's just going to end in disaster, this is.
I'll be in a wheelchair in the next one.
Yeah, it's down there on the floor. The pillows and that ain't going to help you. No, this is not going to work, is it? It's a bit too dangerous.
It is dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to hook my feet on.
Abort.
Abort mission. Good night, sir. Good night.
Bear in mind, these attics are not like normal American ones where you got lights and a step ladder and a way to get down. English ones are just so much...
Silence! I'm trying to sleep!
That's it, bust it while you're at it. You can't get down.
Hang on a bit. Stephen wants to talk.
Oh, no.
Come a little bit closer. Come closer, friend. Speak friend and enter.
Wise words, Stephen. Wise words.